The year is 1400, and within the fortified embrace of Carcassonne, life unfolds behind towering stone walls that have stood for centuries. From a distance, the citadel appears invincible, its double ramparts rising above the surrounding countryside, its watchtowers piercing the sky. But inside these defences, survival is not defined by strength alone. It is shaped by labour, vigilance, and an ever-present negotiation with hunger. Morning begins before the light fully breaks across the horizon. Within the narrow streets, the first sounds are not of conversation, but of movement. Doors creaking open, boots stepping onto cold stone, tools being lifted from their resting places. The air is damp, carrying the scent of ash, livestock, and yesterday's fires. People rise not out of comfort, but necessity. Every day requires effort, and every task contributes to the fragile balance that sustains life within the walls. Labour defines existence here. For most residents, the day is governed by physical work that begins early and ends only when darkness makes further effort impossible. Craftsmen open their workshops, though supplies are often limited. A blacksmith works iron salvaged from broken tools or discarded fragments, hammering life back into worn materials. Sparks illuminate his dim workspace, briefly lighting the strain in his arms and the focus in his eyes. Nearby, a cobbler repairs shoes that have long since lost their original form, stitching together scraps of leather to extend their usefulness. Nothing is wasted. Everything is reused. Women and children contribute equally to the rhythm of survival. Water must be drawn from communal wells, a task repeated throughout the day. The journey is short, but the wait is constant. Buckets are carried carefully through uneven streets, where mud and refuse gather in corners. In homes, meals are prepared with whatever is available. Thin soups, coarse bread, occasional vegetables preserved from better seasons. Cooking fires are carefully managed, for fuel is not abundant. Firewood must be rationed, its use measured against uncertain future need. Food is the centre of daily concern. Within Carcassonne, access to fresh supplies depends heavily on what can be grown nearby or stored within the walls. By 1400, trade routes exist, but they are never entirely secure. Conflict in the region, banditry on the roads, and seasonal disruptions all threaten the steady flow of goods. When supplies arrive, they are welcomed. When they do not, the effects are immediate. Markets operate, but their abundance fluctuates. On some days, stalls display bread, salted meats, dried beans, and onions. On others, the selection is sparse. Small loaves, wilted produce, goods priced beyond the reach of most citizens. Merchants guard their wares carefully. Transactions are cautious, often tense. A single loaf of bread may represent a family's entire meal for the day. Bakers play a central role in sustaining the population. Their ovens, when fueled, become focal points of the community. Yet even they are constrained. Flour supplies must be stretched. Dough is mixed with whatever can extend it. Bran, ground legumes, even acorn meal in desperate times. The result is bread that is dense, dark, and far removed from the ideal. Still, it is essential. Without it, survival becomes uncertain. Hunger is not always visible, but it is always present. It exists in the measured portions, in the way food is shared, in the quiet restraint of those who eat less so that others might have enough. Children feel it most acutely, their growing bodies demanding more than can be provided. Adults endure it differently, learning to ignore the persistent ache, to continue working despite weakness. Above this daily struggle, the guards maintain their watch. The walls of Carcassonne are not merely symbolic, they are active defences requiring constant attention. Soldiers patrol the ramparts in shifts, their presence both protective and necessary. From their vantage points, they observe the surrounding lands, scanning for movement, for signs of threat, for anything that might disrupt the fragile security within. Guard duty is relentless. In daylight, the work is demanding but manageable. At night, it becomes something else entirely. Darkness transforms the landscape beyond the walls into a field of uncertainty. Sounds carry differently. A distant movement could be nothing, or it could be danger approaching. The guards listen as much as they watch. Their senses sharpened by necessity, they remain alert despite fatigue. The physical conditions of this duty are harsh. Wind moves freely along the ramparts, cutting through layers of clothing. In colder seasons, frost settles on stone, making footing uncertain. Torches provide limited warmth and light, their flames flickering in response to shifting air. Yet the watch continues, uninterrupted. A lapse in vigilance is not an option. Inside the walls, the presence of these guards offers reassurance, but it also serves as a reminder of the world beyond. Carcassonne is not isolated by accident. Its defences exist because threats are real. Political tensions, territorial disputes, and the lingering instability of the medieval world. Even in periods without open conflict, the possibility of danger shapes behaviour. Gates are monitored, entry and exit are controlled. Information from outside is valued and scrutinised. As the day progresses, the rhythm of labour continues. Streets fill briefly with activity, then empty again as people return to their tasks. Communication is practical, focused on necessity rather than leisure. There is little time for idleness. Even moments of rest are purposeful, an opportunity to conserve energy rather than indulge in comfort. Religious life provides structure amid uncertainty. Churches within Carcassonne serve not only as places of worship, but as centres of community. People gather there for prayer, seeking stability in a world defined by unpredictability. The stone interiors offer a different kind of shelter, one not from physical hardship, but from the weight of it. Candles illuminate these spaces, their steady glow contrasting with the harsher light of the outside world. Yet faith does not eliminate struggle. It exists alongside it. Prayers are offered for protection, for sustenance, for relief from hunger. Some find comfort in ritual, others simply endure, their belief quiet and unspoken. As evening approaches, activity begins to slow. The light fades, and with it, the ability to continue work. Fires are lit where possible, their warmth limited but essential. Meals are shared, small, carefully divided, often insufficient. Conversation, when it occurs, is subdued. Energy must be preserved. Night within Carcassonne brings a different atmosphere. The streets grow still, shadows deepen. The sounds of the day are replaced by quieter rhythms, the crackle of fires, the occasional movement of someone awake, the distant footsteps of guards continuing their patrols. Sleep is not always restful. Hunger disrupts it. Cold interferes. Yet rest, however incomplete, is necessary. Throughout all of this, the walls remain constant. They define the boundaries of life, offering protection while also imposing limits. Within them, people adapt. They find ways to continue, to maintain routines, to support one another when possible. Survival is not achieved through abundance, but through persistence. Carcassonne in 1400 is not a place of comfort. It is a place of endurance. Every aspect of life, labour, defence, sustenance, is interconnected. Remove one, and the balance falters. Together, they form a system that allows the city to function despite its constraints. And so, day after day, life continues within the walls. Not easily, not without cost, but with a determination shaped by necessity and a resilience that defines the medieval experience itself.